Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 18. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of a very special celebration at home. We've got an amazing menu for you tonight. It's actually very simple and very little cleanup, and I'm excited to get going with you. So I've jumped ahead and I've taken our blanched carrots and our fennel, tossed it with some neutral oil, either canola or grapeseed oil, vegetable oil, some salt and pepper, and throwing it on a baking sheet with a little parchment paper and in the oven for 20 minutes. My alarm is set so that it's going to go off at 12 minutes. Then we're going to rotate things around and then finish it off for the last 8 minutes. But why don't we get started on the appetizer? So I've got a large non-stick pan here, and we're going to preheat it to medium-high heat. And we're going to put 1 tablespoon per person of neutral oil, again, in my case, grapeseed oil. But for you guys, it could be canola or vegetable oil. I think I actually might be running short, so I may have to grab some different oil for the scallops, which we're going to be searing up in a second, which I'm really excited about. My son, who I'm eating dinner with tonight, my wife is out at a birthday party, will be enjoying the scallops with me, and he loves the scallops. So it's great. So while the pan is preheating, I'm going to have a little sip of wine. So this is an Insolia from Rallo in Sicily, and it's this gorgeous, nutty, salty, vibrant, citrusy white wine. But it's the earthiness that's going to go so well with the mushrooms and the leeks in the agnolotti. Okay, so the pan is ready. So throw the mushrooms in there. We're going to throw the leeks in there. Don't throw the container in there because that would suck. We don't want to have any plastic in our stuff. You want to get 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter per person ready, and you want to get 1 tablespoon of water per person ready. So about 3 minutes, we're going to saute this up. Make sure I'm capturing everything. Bring everything to room temperature, very important. And then we're going to saute the mushrooms leek for 3 minutes. Hey, Google, off. And then let's get our tongs ready. And we're going to bring this out. Lovely roasted carrots and fennel. Fennel's super easy. You just flip it over. And the carrots just sort of move it around a little bit. Make sure that the same side is not there for the whole period because it will brown more than the rest. Don't forget to keep sauteing your mushrooms and leeks. I really hope that you do not what I'm doing, but cook the appetizer, let it rest, and then cook your main course. Yeah, the leeks and mushrooms are doing really well. I've got a non-stick pan that has a bit of a coating to it, so I'm allowed to move things around. I'll shut that down just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to preheat my other pan, which is going to be ready for the scallops. Okay, so what am I doing next? The pasta is going to go in next. We have the dessert, which is a lovely coffee cake with almond streusel and orange creme fraiche. So why don't I put that right on the plate or in the bowl, and we'll get our desserts prepped up and ready, because that is a really easy one. Don't forget to keep sauteing the mushrooms. Okay, so I think we've been about 3 minutes now. So we are going to add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter per person. So 2 tablespoons in my case. And we're going to do the same thing. 2 tablespoons of water. And as soon as the butter starts to melt, that's when the agnolotti goes in. So this is butternut squash agnolotti. And it basically is going to suck up a lot of this water. It's been poached already. Make sure to mix it in so that it's not sticking to the bottom. And we're going to reduce the heat to medium-low. Reduce heat to medium low until the whopper is evaporated. And we did not season this. So I'm going to add that to the finishing instructions. Always important to season with salt and pepper. This is one good looking dish and very easy to do. Homemade pasta that you need very little prep work to do. Maybe I've turned it down too low because I don't want the heat to go off completely, because I want the water to evaporate and the pasta to get nice and warm. But make sure to bring it to room temperature first. Okay, and as soon as that's done, then we're going to start working on the main courses. And speaking of the main courses, we've got this beautiful rosé from the south of France, which is going to make you feel like Provençal sunshine. This is a Beausoleil rosé from St. John's. So they have a famous restaurant in London, England, and they make their own wine down in Provence because they love serving great wine there. And so they got involved in the winemaking process because they wanted some great house labels. Just like we have with our Blanc de Becta, they have with their Beausoleil Rosé. They also have a red and I think a white, although I don't think it's come to Canada yet. But the Rosé is really good. Okay, so what are we going to do next? The pasta is about to be served, and we want to get a spoon ready because we want to drizzle the caper vinaigrette around the plate as soon as that is up. So why don't we bring this over, and then we're going to get the cast iron pan hot for our scallops. We can turn that guy off now. And 1 tablespoon of neutral oil. Of course, I grabbed the wrong stuff or I'm out of it. So we want to, I've got some safflower oil here. You want a neutral oil to be able to sear with. Look at me struggling around. I should have known that I was out of my grapeseed oil, but that's okay. Okay, so that pan is going to get nice and hot, and you want to turn on your hood fan a little bit because it is going to smoke a little bit. Okay, so the tongs, put this around, and we're going to do our 3 agnolotti. You can do them in a row, you can do them in a circle, whichever you like. You have some creative license here. My son is also a huge fan of homemade pasta. And then the mushrooms and leeks can go over top. This is almost a main course in and of itself. Make sure to get all of that nice pasta, butter, and leek juice out there. I almost don't need any paper towels, but always good to mop up a little bit. Now I might have gotten ahead of myself, so I'm going to turn the oven off, and I'm going to turn the pan down a little bit. And this is our caper vinaigrette. Drizzle around. I'm going to try a different presentation on this one. And see which one looks better. I think this guy might look better. So there's a beautiful butter and squash agnolotti with the roasted mushrooms, the leeks, and the caper vinaigrette. Okay, pan is hot. Oh, the scallops, haha, that I was supposed to take out of the fridge earlier. Look at me. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I got caught up in the mayoral debate tonight. This is Thursday that I'm recording this. We don't need that anymore. And I forgot to take this out of the fridge. That's okay, because the scallops are pretty good. Coming out cold, they're going to sear nicely. Put them on a little paper towel. Don't forget to season them with salt and pepper. These are beautiful hand-harvested scallops from Hokkaido in Japan. We have beautiful scallops in Canada, but these guys from Hokkaido, the chef loves them because they're really sustainable in their practices on how they harvest them. Okay, so we're going to go right on top, super hot, so medium hot, medium high. Make sure they're flat. And here's something that I didn't know before today, is that you actually don't need to sear them on two sides. You just need to sear them on one side. Okay, they are gorgeous. And I want to make sure that my puree is good. And this is apple parsnip puree. Make sure that you're giving it a stir. And then I've got my tongs out ready to go. Got these little guys, which are very delicate. Um, so sear your scallops in your pan preheated to high. You're going to cook for 90 seconds. You're going to turn the heat down to low and melt 1 tablespoon of butter per person. In there. And add your lardon to the pan. That's going to provide a little more fat as well. Lardon, country bacon that we make in-house. We cure pork belly. It's a 4-day process, and it's just glorious when it's done well. Yep, that's all good. We don't need any more of that. Move the butter around. I just want the butter to be nice and melted before I start spooning. You can put the lardon in sort of one section of the pan so that it doesn't mess with your butter. Because the butter, when it comes down here, that's what's going to bathe this. And I want to make sure that I'm getting the chef's instructions right. Now that we're done the searing, I can turn that guy off. And spoon butter over the scallops for 1 minute. And the butter is actually what's going to cook the scallops in addition to the warmth of the pan. And you don't want these scallops to be overcooked. This is super important. These are gorgeous, delicate, wonderful hand-farmed scallops. And so don't sear the hell out of them. They want to be tender. They want to be a little iridescent inside. And that's what we're striving for at the restaurant. And so the butter is going to be able to do that. And the sear is only going to be on one side. And this whole process will be while the pan is on low. Carrots and fennel looking good. Why don't we start plating things up? I might even plate the dessert last. Okay, puree followed by the roasted squash, the roasted fennel and apple. No, the roasted fennel and carrots. I've got 2 meal kits this week. I've recorded my regular and the Big Night In, and I'm confusing them. Okay, puree's over there. You can drag your spatula through it. Scallops, turn that off. I bathe it a little bit more with the butter just to finish the cooking process. This is the first time we've done a seared scallop in our meal kits. There was some debate over this. It's like, okay, does our folks at home, are they going to be down with this? Are they going to be able to finish it nicely? And we all thought that yes, we believe in you. So let's do that. Okay, so the roasted carrots and fennel, let's put on the side here. good looking dish. Make sure to spread out your ingredients so that you can see everything. Got these beautiful little baby carrots, Thumbelinas, I think they're called. And we want that for the end of the season. Okay, let me not burn out myself. Now you want to do the seared side up, so that you get the nice brown. We're going to put them in a row here, but you can put them in a circle, whatever you like. So 5 gorgeous scallops per person. There we go. And then the really exciting bacon, lardon. You can sprinkle that all around. By the way, I just wanted to mention we're putting together our Christmas offering. So if you don't want to work hard for Christmas, you can let us do all the heavy lifting cooking for you. And we've got this amazing fundraiser coming up for the Snowsuit Fund, and it's going to be great. So November 26th, I think, so whatever American Thanksgiving is. And so keep that in mind. And then we've got our almond pistou. I'm going to put this on the side. Beautiful bright green. And of course some nuttiness to it with the almonds. And very key, always some nice sea salt to top off the scallops. That's a pretty good looking dish right there. Seared Hokkaido scallops with the roasted fennel, the apple parsnip puree, the lardon, and the roasted carrots, and the almond pistou. Let's just finish off dessert. Topped cake with streusel and dollop creme fraiche beside. That's pretty easy for our lovely coffee cake. Only for one for us, because we eat too many desserts at home. Orange creme fraiche, coffee cake, streusel, almond streusel. I hope you love it. Thanks for ordering this week, and thanks for all of your support. Thanks for taking a chance on us, and I really hope your scallops turn out as lovely as these and the agnolotti. I hope you love your meal. Cheers.